Should you get the a6000 or the a6300? Let's go ahead and talk about it. What is good, YouTube? It's Down Camera Guy, back at again with a discussion video for you. Today we're going to be going over some of the things that you might want to consider when either going with the a6000 or the a6300 if you're currently trying to figure that out today. If you're new to my channel and you're finding it for the first time, I go by That One Camera Guy. I make videos, tutorials, guides, and reviews on the Sony mirrorless system. If you'd like to catch the latest content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell when I produce content every single week on my channel. And my old subscribers, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so this is one of my ramble videos. I'm going to be talking a little bit about my thoughts and we'll see where they go. But if you're on the fence about getting the a6000 or the a6300, I have both cameras. I also have the a6500 and a few other A7 cameras if you're new to my channel. So I can give you some valid opinions and recommendations between these cameras. Highly recommend that you check out my a6000 guides and videos. I do have some a6300 videos out there. By the way, if you want to see some guides and contents and tutorials specifically catered for the a6300, could you let me know in the comments section below? I'd really appreciate it. And so far, with that said, as far as the decision between the a6000 and the a6300, it really comes down to one big key necessity. Do you need 4K video? Right? That's where I personally think it falls under. In terms of performance between the two cameras, I think they're fairly comparable. The a6000's autofocus is not as sophisticated as the a6300, but if you're not doing sports photography for the most part, then the a6000's autofocusing lock-on AF technique and feature is already pretty darn good, and I've used it shooting basketball and soccer, and I felt it was extremely adequate for whatever I needed to shoot with. And so the a6300 is more of a refinement, and it's a little bit better on that end. I would say the buffer is a little bit better on the a6300, so if you do find yourself shooting a little bit more than normal, you're going to get a lot more fire off of the a6300 over the a6000, and then the a6500 dominates all of that altogether, but that's not what this is about. So in terms of things, the reason why the a6300 is sort of interesting right now is that update that Sony released, that firmware update, which extended the performance of the a6300 from overheating. Now, it doesn't fix overheating, doesn't solve it. It extends the capabilities of the a6300 to record longer in video. Now, I just recently released a video showing the a6000 and how to do unlimited recording with it. Now, the a6000 is known for overheating, so is the a6300. I've had it overheat on me a few times in the past, but I will tell you right now, I've been using the a6300 in my studio. The camera that's filming me right now, my studio camera that's over there, I literally have left them on for 12 to 16 hours. I've seen the overheating indicator turn on here and there, but the cameras have never shut down on me, which I'm very, very impressed. And by the way, they're just on usually, so I haven't had any problems. So I really do like that about the a6300. Now, in terms of pricing, I think retail prices in the US, you're looking around $500 US for the a6000 and about $800 to $900 for the a6300. You got to ask yourself, is that $400 price difference worth it from going to the a6000 or the a6300? Now, what I would say is that, again, it falls back onto this one question: are you looking for 4K recording on your camera? Then the a6300 is primarily the route I would recommend. If you're primarily focused on photography, if that's kind of where you sit on and you just want to do a little bit of video, a little bit of 1080p video, then the a6000 is going to be more than adequate for what you need. And like I said, I got plenty of tutorial videos that I've been cranking out for the a6000 that shows what you can do and how to do it with the Sony a6000 camera and how simple it is. It's not super complicated, you just gotta spend some time and you can definitely make it happen. So as a user, I think of both cameras, if you're on the fence deciding should you get the a6000 or the a6300, it falls down to what camp are you in and what are your needs. If you do have a little bit more budget, I would push you towards the a6300 a little bit more. But if you're smart about it, you can get the a6000 and then get yourself a nice lens. Whether it's saving up for the 16-70 kit lens, which is the f4 lens, or the 18-105, or even get yourself a nice 35 Sigma along with your 16-50 kit lens. So you could get the kit lens plus the Sigma 30mm f1.4, which is highly regarded as a pretty nice lens for the system. Now you have two lenses instead of just the camera body and maybe a lens, the kit lens. So I think you might be better off this route with the a6000, but if video is you're more video oriented, then go with the a6300. And it also has an external microphone jack, which really does come in handy. I think that's about it as far as what I wanted to say. Let me know in the comments below if there's other things that you would consider, or maybe things I missed, or some features that you thought were really pertinent. I know high-speed recording or fast frame rate recording is a big one with the 120 FPS at 1080p. I absolutely love that about my a6300. So what are some features that you really need for your decision, and what's important to you? I'd love to know what they have to say in the comment section below. And that's about it. Subscribe, like the video if you found it helpful, and check out my other content. And with that said, I'm your host, that one camera guy, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.